A new world calls across the sky. A new world whispers in the shadows. Time to fly. Time to fly.
It's about one moment. That moment you won't know where you stand. And that one moment, the thing that you're sure of slip from your grasp. And you got 1 second to try to be clear, to try to stand tall, but nothing's the same. And the wind starts to blow. And oh, you're suddenly a stranger. There's no explaining where you stand. And you didn't know that you sometimes have to go around an unexpected bend. And the road will end in a new world.
Calls for me to follow. A new world waits for my reply. A new world holds me to a promise. Standing by, standing by. It's about one moment. That moment you think you know where you stand. From that one moment, things that you're sure of slip from your hand. And you've got 1 second to try to be clear, to try to stand tall, but nothing's the same. And the wind starts to blow. And oh, you're suddenly a stranger in some completely different land. And you thought you knew, but you didn't have a clue that the surface sometimes cracks to reveal the tracks to a new world. You have a job on the coast.
Find a lover you're sure you believe in.
You can pull in the
You'll
back.
get part of your
You've got the ring in your
life.
hand.
But then the earthquake hits.
And the bank closes in.
And you realize you didn't know anything.
Nobody told you the best way to steer when the wind starts to blow.
Suddenly, stranger.
All of a sudden, your life is different than you planned.
And you have to stay till you somehow find a way
To be sure of what will be, you might be free. A new world crashes down like thunder. A new world charging through the air. A new world just beyond the mountain. Waiting there, waiting there. A new world shattering the silence. There's a new world I'm afraid to see. A new world louder every moment. Come to me, come to me. Jenny's afraid of water. I mean,
mean, she swims so well, but still she's afraid of water. So she won't go near the sea. Not me. And Katie's afraid of darkness. I mean, she sleeps so well, but still she's afraid of darkness. So when the lights are out, she has to hold my hand. I don't understand. I'm not afraid of anything, be it mountains, water, dragons, dark or sky. I'm not afraid of anything. Tell me, where's the challenge if you never try? So watch me fly. I'm not afraid. And Daddy's afraid of babies. I mean, he got through me, but now he's afraid of babies. Guess he's scared of what they'll be. Not me. And Mama's afraid of crying. While she tries to hold it in, she's afraid of crying. And she can look at you with tears stuck in her eyes, and I don't know why. I'm not afraid of anything, be it growing old or going out of style. Not afraid of anything. Who would give up what they want without a trial? Another mile. I'm not afraid. And I hear the calling of adventure, and I hear the ringing in my ears. The lights are glaring, trumpets blaring. I am right here, and I hear the calling of tomorrow, and I feel the stirring in my bones. And David loves me. He's afraid to tell me. Listen to the calling of excitement. Can you feel the pounding of my heart? The lights are ready, pulse is steady. I can start. Never stop the calling of a challenge, blasting on the water and the stones. And David loves me. He's afraid to tell me. David loves me. He's afraid to hold me. He's afraid to trust me, and he'll always be. He's afraid of me, and I'm not afraid of anyone. I am sure to win with anyone at all. I'm not afraid of anyone. Not a soul alive can get behind this wall. So watch them call and let them fall. 'Cause after all, I'm not
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first Entr'acte performance. The first one! First of all, thank you all for being here. For anyone who doesn't know, this show was delayed 6 times. It was 6 times it was meant to be on. Now, usually, if someone delays something 6 times, you kind of get the hint at that point. Like if you're trying to meet up with someone and they're like, oh, sorry, I can't do it that week. Sorry, I can't do it that week. Sorry. You might as well just give up. But 6 times and we're still here. So thank you so much for sticking with us, everyone who came. Ye are deadly. We are, obviously this is a brand new society and you might be a bit excited to see loads of new faces on the stage or whatever, and you might want to even put a video up on your social media. If you want to be doing that, and you're under no obligation to be doing that, but if you want to be doing that, make sure that you first tag the page, because we've got to get that engagement for all the social media heads out there, and as well just make sure you turn off your flash, because they will get scared. Theatre people famously can't deal with bright lights, so be sure to turn off your flashes. But again, thank you so much for being here. We know that there is a collection of people here, a collection of groups that have booked their tickets, and we want to shout you out for being so good for us. But you don't want to be the quiet group. Whenever you see like a show like this, and there's like, and we have the Galway or whatever, and it's like, we have one person. So what's she? So that is the energy we need, okay? From every last one of you. So I'm going to shout out some names, and you're going to give me the biggest shout you possibly can. Is that all right? Yeah. Is that a deal? Yeah. First up, we have Baldoyle Musical Society. Yup, Baldoyle. Yup. Second of all, we have Kilmacud Musical Society. Our own local. Up the goat. Second of all, we have, or third of all, we have the Kilmainham and Entrache Musical Society. Go on, yeah, keep it going, fourth, we have the Glencullen Musical and Dramatic. I don't want to alarm anyone, but I think Glencullen Musical Society is here, in case you weren't sure. Next up, we have my own home society, UCD Musical Society! UCD. Because we're all such lads at this musical theatre performance. Anyway, and last but not least, we have the Rush Musical Society. Yeah. Fair play to yous. Absolutely. Damn right. And do you know what? Just to be fair, everyone who isn't part of a musical society, give us a big cheer. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. Okay, well, we have loads of fantastic talent coming up tonight. Will we hear another song? All right, well, here's the next song.
Why do we leave our hand on the stove, although we know we're in for some pain? Oh, why do we refuse to hang alive when the streets are dangerous? Why does it take an accident before the truth gets through to us? Cages or wings, which do you prefer? Ask the birds. Fear or love, baby, don't say the answer. Actions speak louder than words. try to be our best when we can just get by and still gain? Why do we nod our heads although we know the boss is wrong as rain? Why do we blaze a trail when the well-worn path seems safe and so inviting?
How, as we travel, can we see the dismay and keep from fighting?
Cages or wings, which do you prefer? Ask the birds. Fear or love, baby, don't say the answer. Actions speak louder than What does it take to wake up a generation?
How can you make someone take up and fly?
If we don't wake up and shake up the nation, we'll leave the dust of the world wondering
Why do we stay with lovers who we know down deep just aren't right?
Why would we rather
Put ourselves through hell than sleep alone at night?
Why do we follow leaders that never lead? Why does it take catastrophe to start a revolution?
If we're so free, tell me why.
Someone tell me why so many people believe. Cages or wings, which do you prefer? Ask the birds. Fear or love, baby, don't say the answer. Actions speak louder than cages or wings, which do you prefer? Ask the birds. Fear or love, baby, don't say the answer. Actions speak louder. They speak louder. Words.
You're on the air. I'm underground. Signals fading can't be found. I finally open up. For you, I would do anything. But you turned off the volume just when I begun to sing. Come to your senses, defenses are not the way to go, and you know, or at least you knew, everything's changed. It's strange and I don't know what to do to get through. I don't know what to do. I have to laugh. We sure put on a show. Love is passe is static on a screen. Come to your senses, the fences inside are not for real if we feel as we did, and I do. Can't you recall when this all began? It was only you and me, it was only me and you. But now the air is filled with confusion. We've replaced care with illusion. It's cool to be cold. Nothing lasts anymore. Love becomes disposable. This is the shape of things we cannot ignore. Come to your senses, suspense is fine if you're just an empty image emanating out of a screen. Maybe be real, we can feel again. You don't need a music box melody to know what it means. Deep in my eyes, what do you see? Deep in my sighs, listen to me. Let the music commence from inside. Not only one sense, but use all five. Come to your senses. Come to your senses. Come to your senses. Come to your senses. Baby, come back alive.
We wish, no must, make a disgust at this abuse perfectly clear. We're here for chess, are the US? If so, why foul the atmosphere?
I must protest. Our delegation has a host of valid points to raise. Our players' sporting attitudes beyond all praises. Any neutral would attest, but we concede. The fact is, must have been the rules is not a player's fault. We'll overlook their key political and thoughts and underposters will
In
proceed.
17, no one with screen will be allowed in the hall.
I am not surprised. He wanted fresher air once he realized there was no hope of Viola playing fair. How sad to see what used to be a model of decorum and tranquility become like any other sport, a battleground for rival ideologies to slug it out with glee.
We wish, no must, make a disgust at this abuse perfectly clear. We're here for chess, are the US? If so, why foul the atmosphere?
I don't
Point
suppose
one,
you'd
two,
understand the
three.
strain of
No
pressure
one
getting where he's
will
got.
be
For then you'd simply
made
call
in
him highly strung and not
Sweden,
imply
not
that he was one
a
of
line
We're waiting here all night for his return. And since a peaceful match is our sole concern, we won't make an official fuss.
I'm
In
not
short,
getting
we
rich.
rise
My only interest
above your
is
guys,
you get a chance
tantrums,
to be a chance
dramas,
of working
dirty
with the
tricks.
best.
31, no games begun, not now, no more. After 6, inside to see the ancient and distinguished game that used to be a model of decorum and tranquility, become like any other sport, a battleground for idle ideology to slug it out with glee.
Nothing is so good it lasts eternally. Perfect situations must go wrong, but this has never yet prevented me wanting far too much for far too long. Looking back, I could have played it differently. Want a few more moments, who can tell? But it took time to understand the man. Now at least I know him well. Wasn't it good? Oh, so good. Wasn't he fine? Oh, so fine. Isn't it madness? He can't be mine. But in the end, he needs a little bit more than me. More security. He needs his fantasy and freedom. I know him so well. No one in your life is with you constantly. No one is completely on your side. And though I'd move my world to be with him, still the gap between us is too wide. Looking back, I could have played things some other way.
nation's lines were drawn, when no flags flew, when no army stood, my land was born. And you ask me why I love her, through wars, death, and despair. She is the constant. We who don't care. And you wonder, will I leave her? But how? I cross over borders, but I'm still there now. How will I leave her? Where would I set? Let man's petty nations tear themselves apart. My land's only borders lie around my heart. That was pretty good. Wasn't that lovely? Jesus, sorry, I'm just as you all are. We're gonna do a few love songs now. Woo. Love is great. Shout out to love, wherever love is. Speaking of love, actually, obviously today is a very special day for ourselves, you know, our very first performance. But there is someone, or there is a couple in this audience right here, yes, they're sitting among you, that is I know. That is celebrating their 28th wedding anniversary. So a massive congratulations to Niamh and John Thornton, wherever they are. 28 more years, 28 more years, 28 more years. Oh, lads, are you ready for a few love songs? Are you ready for a few love songs? That's as much hip action as you're getting, by the way. That's that. We're not legally allowed to have any more hip. Someone odd, who odd? Oh, I wanted more hip. Aw. Are you ready for a few love songs? Ladies and gentlemen, here comes the love. Woo!
There's a boy who works at Starbucks who is very inspirational. He is very inspirational because of many things. I come in at 8:11 and he smiles and says, "How are you?" When he smiles and says, "How are you?" I could swear my heart grows wings. So today at 8:11, I decided I should meet him. I decided I should meet him in a proper, formal way. So today at 8:11, when he smiled and said, "How are you?" I said, "Fine, and my name's Louise." And he softly answered, "Hey." And I I said, my name is Louise, and thank you for the extra foam. And he said his name was Taylor, which provides the inspiration for this poem. Taylor, the latte boy, bring me Java, bring me joy. Oh, Taylor, the latte boy, I love him, I love him, I love him. So I'd like to get my nerve up to recite my poem musical. He would like the fact it's musical because he plays guitar. So today at age 11, Taylor told me he was playing in a band down in the village in the basement of a bar. And he smoothly flipped the lever to prepare my double latte. But for me, he made it triple. And he didn't think I knew. But I saw him flip the lever, and I knew he made it triple. And I knew that triple latte meant that Taylor loved me too. I said, what time are you playing? And thank you for the extra skim. He said, keep the 355 because this triple latte was on him. Taylor, the latte boy, bring me Java, bring me joy. Oh, Taylor, the latte boy, I love him, I love him, I love him. I used to be the kind of girl who'd run when love rushed toward her. But finally a voice whispered, love can't be yours if you step up to the counter and order. Taylor, the latte boy, bring me Java, bring me joy. Oh, Taylor, the latte boy, I love him, I love him, I love him. So many years my heart has waited. Who'd have thought that love could be so caffeinated? Taylor, the latte boy, I love him, I love him, I love him. I love him, I love him, I love him.
On my own, pretending he's beside me. All alone, I walk with him till morning. Without him, I feel his arms around me. And when I lose my way, I close my eyes, and he has found me. In the rain, the pavement shines like silver. All the lights are misty in the river. In the darkness, the trees are full of starlight. And all I see is him and me forever and forever. And I know it's only in my mind that I'm talking to myself and not to him. And although I know that he is blind, still I say there's a way for us I love him, but when the night is over, he is gone. The river's just a river. Without him, the world around me changes. The trees are barren everywhere, the streets are full of strangers. I love him, but every day I'm learning. All my life, I've only been pretending. Without me, his world will go on turning. A world that's full of happiness that I have never known. I love him. I love him. I love him, but only on my own. I know Seymour's the greatest, but I'm dating a semi-sadist. So I've got a black eye and my arms in a cast. Oh God. Still, that Seymour's a cutie. Well, if not, he's got inner beauty. And I dream of a place where we can be together at last. A matchbox of our own, a fence of real chain link, a grill out on the patio, disposal in the sink, a washer and a dryer, and an ironing machine. In the tract house that we share, somewhere that's green. He rakes and trims the grass. He loves to mow and weed. I cook like Betty Crocker, and I look like Donna Reed. There's plenty enough furniture to keep it neat and clean. In the pine soul scented air, somewhere that's green. Between our frozen dinner and our bedtime, 9:15, we snuggle watching Lucy on a big, enormous 12-inch screen. I'm his December bride. He's father, he knows best. Our kids watch Howdy Doody as the sun sets in the west. A picture out of Better Homes and Gardens magazine. Far from Skid Row, I dream we'll go
Lift up your head, wash off your mascara. Here, take my Kleenex, wipe that lipstick away. Show me your face, clean as the morning. I know things were bad, but now they're okay. Suddenly Seymour is standing beside you. You don't need no makeup, don't have to pretend. Suddenly Seymour is here to provide you with sweet understanding. Seymour's your friend.
Treated me kindly. Daddy left early. Mama was poor. I'd meet a man and I'd follow him blindly. He'd snap his fingers. Me, I'd say sure. Suddenly Seymour is standing beside me. He don't give me orders. He don't condescend. Suddenly Seymour is here to provide me with sweet understanding. Seymour's my
Tell
friend.
me this feeling lasts till forever. Tell me the bad times are clean wiped away.
Please understand that it's still strange and frightening. Both losers like I've been, it's so hard to say. Suddenly Seymour,
He purified you.
Suddenly Seymour,
Suddenly Seymour, yes you can be more. The girl that's inside you, with sweet understanding.
sweet understanding.
With sweet understanding. With sweet understanding. Seymour's your
That was so cute. Can I get an awe on 1, 2, 3? 1, 2, 3. Have you ever seen in a show when someone distracts you from what's going on behind you because we're setting up for another number? Have you ever noticed that? I think that's usually what happens in shows. Lads, we're actually about to hit the interval now, which is a bit crazy, that we're going to be taking our breaks. Why are you looking behind me? Don't look behind me. Why are you looking behind me? So as I said, we're taking the interval now, and don't forget we have raffle tickets beside. Oh, hello. We have raffle tickets out on sale outside, and we have some unreal prizes, so make sure that you buy them, as well as satiating yourselves with drinks and snacks and everything like that. We'll be taking a short interval, and then we'll be back again with more tunes. Does that sound great? I can do better than that. Does that sound great? Beautiful. Well, here's the last number of the act, and then you can take your break, you can go to the toilet, you can do whatever you want. But yeah, here we go.
Look at her skin, china white, tissue thin. Look how the light cuts clear to the bone. It gives her skin such a tone. I'd take it any day. Praise God for everyone I meet while I'm on my way. My face is mean, 80 years worth of tears might scrub it clean as hers, and it's strong. But Jesus, don't wait so long to make my face okay. At last the North Carolina border, and I'm on my way. Before another sunrise wakes me, before another night is gone,
I'll find out where this highway takes me. You know I've got to travel on. Left my troubles all behind me. Back there where I climbed on board. Jordan River's where you'll find me. It's wide, but not too wide to ford.
and as I'm going along, I carry with me promises that can't go wrong as I travel on my way.
You're not told those boys.
Can't be so bad, not the worst pulse that I've had. Not so bad,
No
matter what. It's bound to be dry.
girls like Judy Holiday.
His wife thinks I'm a dragonfly. Lord, you've got to help me find my way.
It's too bad we don't see eye to eye, Lord. Week past the time of day.
And as I'm going along,
I carry with me
Promises that can't go wrong as I travel on, as I travel on my
I carry with me.
promises that can't go wrong.
Valentine, 'cause I'm the morning line. The guy has got him figured at 5 to 9. Has chance, has chance. This guy says the horse has chance. If he says the horse has chance, has chance. I know it's Valentine, the morning works looks fine. Beside the jockey's brother's a friend of mine. Needs race, needs race. This guy says the horse needs race. If he says the horse needs race, needs race. I know it's Valentine, 'cause I'm the morning line. The guy has got him figured at 5 to 9. Has chance, has chance. This guy says the horse has chance. Valentine, I got the horse right here. Oh.
We will now hear testimony from Brother Nicely Johnson.
Nicely Johnson! Well, it was strange the way it happened. Sort of like a dream. That's it, a dream. I dreamed last night I got on the boat to heaven, and by some chance I had brought my dice along, and there I stood, and I hollered someone fade me, but the passengers, they knew right from wrong. For the people all said, sit down, you're rocking the boat. The people all said, sit down, you're rocking the boat. And the devil will drag you under by the sharp lapel of your checkered coat. Sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. Sit down, you're rocking the boat.
As I laughed at those passengers to heaven, a great big wave came and washed me overboard, and as I sank and I hollered, someone save me, that's the moment I woke up. Thank the Lord. And I said to myself, sit down, you're rocking the boat. Said to myself, sit down, you're rocking the boat. And the devil will drag you under with a soul so heavy you'll never float. Sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, you're rocking the boat. Sit down, you're rocking, sit down, you're rocking the boat. Sit down, you're rocking, sit down, you're rocking the boat. Sit down, you're rocking, sit down, you're rocking the boat. Sit down, you're rocking, sit down, you're rocking the boat. Sit down.
I don't even have to say anything and you cheer. You're great. Did you have a good interval? Did you have a great interval? Did you all get yourself a little treat? Who got a wine? Who got a bit? Oh, someone really got a wine. Someone got 2 glasses of wine. 2, so you did it like this. Who got a beer? Who got a soft drink? And who got a very sensible pint of water? Oh, wow, no one, okay. One of those kind of crowds. There is one thing that I have to do. I actually have to get down on my knees for this. I forgot to give someone a shout out during the... So if they could forgive me. Malahide Musical Society! Sorry, just Malahide is so forgettable. Sorry. I'm messing. These are great. Lads, I actually have, this is kind of embarrassing. I have something really, really, really important to tell you. It's, sorry. Hello? No, I can't. Sorry, I'm at a show. Sorry, can you just give a cheer to let them know that I'm at a show? Okay, 3, 2, 1. You still want me to come in? Lads, I'm really sorry. I actually need to call into work. This is really, really embarrassing, but I will be back at some point soon, okay? Is that okay? And we'll have some songs, I guess, between that. That sounds good? Okay. Right, we'll have a few more tunes, and then I swear I'll be back, okay? Just 1 second, okay? Are you ready for the next song? See you in a bit.
Mr. Chaplin, you may think I'm rather small, 'cause the posh papers are falling at your feet. So go ahead and snub me, and don't return my call, and build your house on top of Easy Street. But what you gonna do when it all falls down? 'Cause I let a little rumor spread. Oh, and what you gonna do if I change the name of the person sleeping in your bed? What you gonna do when I tell the tale that makes the country turn its head? Just a little gossip and just a little lie. I'll simply say the little tramp is just a little spy. And what's he gonna do when it all falls down? Hey there, Mr. Chaplin. Well, your act deserves applause. You wave a flag and the country is impressed. But I'm a voice among the crowd that's questioning your cause. And now I'll spread my doubts among the rest. And what you gonna do when it all falls down? And where you gonna go from there? What you gonna do when the money's gone? And who you gonna buy to care? What you gonna do when the country says, now get yourself out of here? What you gonna paint when you cannot paint the town? I'm gonna wipe that smile from that famous little clown. And what's he gonna do when it all falls down? And all the king's horses and all the king's men will never put for Charlie together again. Now what's he gonna do when it all
Sorry about that, folks. I'm just running back from Starbucks. That's so funny because you won't actually believe what my middle name is. It's Taylor. How did you know? I'm scared. There's a girl who comes to Starbucks. I think she has a crush on me. I can tell she has a crush on me, 'cause it's too big to ignore. She comes in every morning at exactly 8:11. When that clock hits 8:11, she'll come walking through that door. But then one fateful morning, as she made her usual entrance, I could tell that she was nervous and she had something to say. So I smoothly flipped the lever to prepare her double latte, and she said her name was Louise. And I replied with, hey. And I said, my name's Taylor, and here's a little extra foam. As I went to clear her table, I found a folded napkin with this poem. See if I can remember it.
Taylor, the latte boy, bring me Java, bring me joy. Oh, Taylor, the latte boy, I love him.
I love him. I love him? So I should have got my nerve up. I just said I wasn't interested, because clearly she was interested, and then it all got out of hand. Because before I found that poem, we had had this conversation. I had told her I was playing in the village with my band. And then that Friday evening, when we got to Arthur's basement, there's Louise in the front row, and she's screaming out my name. And my friend said, man, she's crazy. She's been here since 7:30, and she's telling people she's your girlfriend, and she's really glad she came. And when the show was over, she followed me the whole way home. As I ran to try and lose her, I composed another version of her poem. Mark the differences. Louise, the stalker chick, you're a psycho and you're sick. Oh, Louise, the stalker chick, you scare me, you scare me, you scare me. I used to be the kind of guy who never was rude or doubting, but now I've got this lunatic freak in my life. Every night now at my window she's shouting, Taylor, latte boy, go away, I'm not your toy. Oh, Taylor, the latte boy is calling the guards. Many's a girl has left me corner. Never have I needed a restraining order. Louise, come find me now. I'm transferring to a new Starbucks. There's 20 on each block. So good luck. Take your chocolate and shove it. It started with the wine. The wine! We were shopping for a bottle to bring to her cousin's soiree.
My cousin's a sous chef. She's very gourmet.
I grabbed my favorite Cabernet.
He's got no clue, and so I say, darling, the wine.
The wine?
The wine. She's serving monkfish, so darling, the wine can be red. How about this Austrian Riesling instead?
Honey, you know I don't like the Riesling. When have you ever seen me drink Riesling?
Never, but can't you listen this once? Red wine and fish, you'll look like a dunce.
Fine, I'll bring the red, you bring the white. That way I'll still get drunk, you'll still be right.
Fine.
Fine.
Fine. And then there was the cab.
The cab.
The cab. We're stuck in traffic in the middle of Broadway. 10 minutes we wait.
We're 12 blocks away and we're already late.
I point out there'd be no delay if we would just turn that away.
Honey, the cab.
The cab.
The cab was pointed squarely down Broadway. I know you're concerned, but your cousin's on Broadway, so why have we turned?
Darling, I know my cousin's on Broadway, but there is lots of traffic on Broadway.
Surely, but now in my own defense, we're farther away, which doesn't make sense.
Fine, driver, please stop here if you would. I think walking will do us both some good.
Fine.
Fine.
Fine. We don't say anything as we're walking down Broadway. It's like I'm walking next to a stranger. I've had that feeling more and more, like I don't even know her. And right now it's cold, we're still in a hurry.
I'm not gonna stop and I'm not gonna worry. We'll be fine.
Fine. Then it starts to rain.
My hair starts to drip, my shoes are a mess. My bag's getting wet, and so is my dress.
I love the rain, how everything
It's
shimmers.
picking up, I've got no umbrella.
Dots her hair like morning dew. Suddenly I start to think of the day when I first met her. A bucket of snow had landed in her hair. I picture the shape of snowflakes on her shoulders. And somehow I want to get us back to there. I want her to know that I can't bear to spend a single day without her. How can she know? How can she know?
Shit, ow, my shoe, my shoe, my shoe. Damn it, this is really fantastic, yeah, really absurd. I want you to stand there and don't say a word. Fine, I'm gonna go, I'm late for my cousin. God help the soul that's late for my cousin. You can stay put here out in your rain, but don't leave it up to me to explain. Give me the wine, don't take all day. Fine, then bring it yourself, your Cabernet. Jesus!
Oh, shut up, Claire, and marry me.
Fine! What?
We met, of all places, in front of Gristedes, some freakishly cold winter's day. I had on several unflattering layers of wool. He slipped on the ice with his grocery bags full. So I rescued some Fruit Loops he dropped by the curb. Then he made some remark that my smile was superb. I thought that was sweet, and I started to go. And he said, hey, what you doing tomorrow? Because I'll be here at the corner of Bleecker and Mercer tomorrow at 7. If you want to meet up, I'll be waiting right here. And in case there are two fellas waiting for you, my name's John. He waved, and then he was gone. needless to say, I went back there to meet him, mostly to see if he'd show. And there he was out in the cold with his jacket pulled tight. He took me to dinner and kissed me goodnight. The next week we went to this terrible play, and the week after that drank hot chocolate all day, when suddenly 8 or 9 months had flown by, and he said, hey, what you doing the rest of your life? Because I'll be here right beside you as long as you need me to be. There's no question, there is nothing I've wanted so much in my life. This might sound immature, but I'm totally sure you're the one. And we had just begun. We got hitched in September, our favorite month, with the rock band that played in this old synagogue. And we bought an apartment on West 17th Street and talked about children and getting a dog. Our first anniversary came in a flash, and we promised to take the day off. He had to stop into his office that morning, and so I went walking uptown to this bakery I know, when I heard on the street what I thought was a joke, till I noticed the sirens and saw the smoke. Now I'm running back home with this feeling of dread to the voicemail he left, with the last words he said. I'm sorry. I don't mean to ruin your evening by bringing up all of this stuff. You're probably wondering why I even called you tonight. Well, today something happened that spooked me all right. I saw a storm cloud of paper fall down from the sky. I thought of that day, and I started to cry. When ashore, as I breathe, I heard John clear as day saying, hey, you're allowed to move on. It's okay, because I'll be here, even if you decide to get rid of my favorite sweater. Even if you go out on my birthday this year, instead of staying at home, letting all of life's moments pass by. You don't have to cry, because I'll be here when you start going back to the places we went to together. When you take off my ring and you let yourself smile. When you meet someone handsome and patient and true, and he says that he wants to be married to you. When you call him one night and he meets you downtown, and you finally answer him, yes, yes, Jason, I will marry you. I will give you my heart. It has taken so long, but I'm ready to start. Right now, John's whispering congrats in my ear, because I finally let myself tell you that I will be here.
Lying
Maybe I'm brainless, maybe I'm wise, but you've got me seeing through different eyes. And somehow I've fallen under your spell, and somehow I'm feeling it's up that I fell every moment. As long as you're mine, I'll wake up my body and make up for lost time. Say there's no future for us as a pair. And though I may know I don't care, just for this moment, as long as you're mine, come be how you want to, and be alright. We shine for the moonlight until it is through. And I'll be here holding you. As long as you're mine. What's wrong?
Nothing. It's just for the first time. I feel wicked.
Limited. Just look at me. I'm limited. And just look at you. You can do all I couldn't do. Glinda. Now it's up to you. For both of us. Now it's up to you.
I've heard it said that people come into our lives for a reason, bringing something we must learn, and we are led to those who help us most to grow if we let them, and we help them in return. Well, I don't know if I believe that's true, but I know I'm who I am today because I knew you. Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes a sun, like a stream that meets a boulder halfway through the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you, I have been changed for good.
It well may be that we will never meet again in this lifetime.
So let me say before we part, so much of me is made of what I've learned from you. You'll be with me like a handprint on my heart. And so whatever way our stories end, I know you have rewritten mine by being my friend. Like a ship blown from its mooring by a wind off the sea, like a seed dropped by a skybird in a distant wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? Because I knew you, because I knew you, I have been changed for good. And just to clear the air, I ask forgiveness for the things I've done you've blamed me for.
But then I guess we know there's blame to share,
and none of it seems to matter anymore. Like a ship blown from its mooring by a wind off the sea, like a seed dropped by a bird through the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? I do believe I have been changed for the better.
and because I knew you,
because I knew you, because I knew you, I have been changed for good.
Daddy always thought that he married beneath him. That's what he said, that's what he said. When he proposed, he informed my mother he was probably her very last chance. And though she was 22, though she was 22, though she was 22, she married him. Life with my dad wasn't ever a picnic, more like a come as you are. When I was 5, I remember my mother dug earrings out of the car. I knew that they weren't hers, but it wasn't something you'd want to discuss. He wasn't warm. Well, not to her. Well, not to us. But everything was beautiful at the ballet. Graceful men lift lovely girls in white. Yes, everything was beautiful at the ballet. I was happy at the ballet. Up a steep and very narrow stairway
To the voice of a metronome, up a steep and very narrow stairway.
It wasn't paradise,
It wasn't paradise, it wasn't paradise.
but it was home.
Mother always said I'd be very attractive when I grew up, Different, she said, with a special something and a very, very personal flair. And though I was 8 or 9, I hated her. Now, different is nice, but it sure isn't pretty. Pretty is what it's about. I never met anyone who was different, who couldn't figure that out. So beautiful, I'd never live to see. But it was clear, if not to her, well then to me. That everyone is beautiful at the ballet. Every prince has got to have his swan. Yes, everything is beautiful at the ballet. I was pretty. Up a steep and very narrow stairway to the voice like a metronome. Up a steep and very narrow stairway. It wasn't paradise. It wasn't paradise. It wasn't paradise. But it was home.
I don't know what they were for or against, really, except each other. I was born to save their marriage, but when my father came to pick my mother up from the hospital, he said, well, I thought this was going to help, but I guess it's not. Anyway, I did have a fantastic fantasy life. I used to dance around the living room with my arms up like this, and I used to pretend it was an Indian chief, and he'd say to me, Maggie, do you want to dance? And I'd say, Daddy, I would love to dance.
But it was clear
that I was born to help their marriage, and when
that's what she said.
I used to dance around the living room.
Not to her.
It was an Indian chief, and he'd say, Maggie, do you want to dance? And I'd say, Daddy, I would love to. Everything was beautiful at the ballet. Raise your arms, and someone's always there. Yes, everything was beautiful at the ballet. At the ballet. At the ballet. Yes, everything was beautiful at the ballet.
I was pretty.
I would love to.
At the ballet.
Hello. Hiya, Taylor. Oh my God. I have to tell you the truth. My middle name actually isn't Taylor. It's something called a dramatic device that we use in musical theatre. You'll learn about it. We're too easy, I know. Sure, look. Lads, this is the end of the show. We have one more song. I know! We have one more song, and then that's the end of the show. First of all, very important information. Some of you have bought raffle tickets, and I'm sure you are wanting to. Ooh, I know we have lots of lovely prizes. If you have bought our raffle ticket, your prizes are outside, and they'll have your number on it. So make sure you don't lose your ticket, and check the prize, and you may or may not have won a wee prize. Isn't that exciting? Woo! We have one more song to go, and then we'll be having our lovely chairperson, Eve McGowan, coming out to say a few words. She'll be out for a bit of a chat, you know yourself. But until then, lads, thank you so much for supporting this first night. It actually means the world to us. So a big round of applause for yourselves as well for coming out. But that's it from me. Hope you have a great night, and we'll have one more song, and then that's it. Are you ready? Yeah! Right, good luck.
Order. Design. Tension. Balance. Harmony. much, everyone. I'll try to keep this quick. I was going to say I'm speechless after that, but then starting a speech is a bit ironic. I just can't get over that. It was absolutely phenomenal. Just huge congratulations. Of course, this wasn't going to happen without a lot of people, so do have a couple of thank yous. I'll try to be as quick as possible. First of all, we're just so happy to be here in Liberty Hall, so thank you so much to Laura and Paul, and of course Brian Tracy, who is on lights tonight. Thank you so much for having us in this venue. Of course, setting up a society, one of the most difficult things was finding a rehearsal space. So thank you, Peter, Steve and Martin from Our Ladies in Drimna, who've been so accommodating to us, and Margaret Barber in Mount Marion Community Centre as well. Thank you so much. And then today we had so many volunteers who were coming in, and like they were just thrown into it, and they were absolutely phenomenal. We had Evan Carroll up on sound, and my God, Jesus, he had so much to do, and he was absolutely fantastic. And then we had Mark Carroll as well on the projector, so thank you so much for that as well, Mark. We had our front of house volunteers who are such pros. They just waltzed in, they knew it all. We didn't have to tell them anything. So Mark, Neve, Claire and Chloe, thank you so much for looking after front of house. Also at front of house you would have saw the raffle prizes, which were organised by one of our phenomenal cast members, Louise O'Connor. She just goes above and beyond. She's just been so helpful. Couldn't have done this without Louise. She's just fantastic. We also have an embarrassing amount of people who were doing their actual job. They were so qualified and they were doing it for free today. So we had the wonderful Fran Healy on videography. It'll be phenomenal just to have a recording of that. We'll be watching it over again and again, and for anyone who missed it as well. Of course, our fantastic Hugh Carr, our host. Thank you, Hugh. We had the most terrific stage manager, Kate Canavan. So much, Kate. And I was absolutely overwhelmed when two of the most phenomenal creatives came on board and said that they were happy to take part creatively in this. So first of all, I'd like to introduce Miss Leah Marr. Leah choreographed the Singing in the Rain dance you saw tonight, and she's just absolutely phenomenal, so thank you so much, Leah. And of course, you would have noticed that this show had some absolutely amazing vocals, which were taken care of by, she's actually just an idol of mine, Roisin Heenan. She was just amazing. The vocals for this show was such a monster task, and my God, this show would have been nothing without Roisin. I just in awe of her. And actually, just want to tell you how Entr'acte began. So 2 years ago, 5 very bored people were in lockdown and had a little Zoom call together, and they were itching to do a show again. So I would just like to introduce them. Miss Anna Bergen, our secretary. Earl Echevarri, who is the reason why anyone knows about Entr'acte. He's there right now taking photos. Amazing. Brian Mullery was our treasurer, and he did so much of the work even from London, and he flew over just 2 days ago to do the show, so thank you, Brian. And then Keith McGowan has done, I actually can't describe how much work she's done for this. Entr'acte is just her life, and literally wouldn't have happened without her. And then I want to thank the musical societies who came tonight to support. In particular, Miss Aoife Ryan from Glencullen Musical Society has literally, she has honestly just been like, she's just guided me through this whole thing. I'm so grateful for you, Aoife. Thank you so much. And also, Frank Foley from Kim's helped us set up, and he was just so generous with his time. I'm so thankful for him also. And of course, would like to just thank the incredible cast behind me. I just can't get over them. Around 7 rehearsals to pull this whole thing together, 7 rehearsals. And the thing is, their talent isn't even the only thing that we were absolutely in awe of. Myself and Roisin were absolutely overwhelmed by the fact that the cast all pulled together just like such a team to, bring in raffle prizes, find different rehearsal venues, make sure everyone had a lift after rehearsals, walking people to the bus stop, because that's what it's all about. And like the support from all the societies just shows exactly as well what we want to prove as Entr'acte, which is that musical theatre isn't just an amateur hobby in Ireland. The passion is there, the talent is there, and when you are part of a society like this one or like any of the ones you're part of, you are automatically part of one of the strongest communities in Ireland, and it's absolutely phenomenal. And in those communities, like, just the love for theatre is passed down through generations and generations and through families. And with that, I just wanted to mention a very, very special lady who, about 50 years ago, went out with a very similar aim as Entr'acte to set up her own theatre group. And she passed that love of theatre down through generations, especially to her grandson, who is with us tonight. Yeah. Her name is Josephine Funge, who sadly passed away yesterday. But because of her dedication to the arts and what she did, we want to dedicate tonight's performance to Jo. And just looking at and feeling the atmosphere that's here tonight, this is the reason why we want to keep theatre alive. It's the reason why we set up Entr'acte, and we're hoping after tonight that Entr'acte will go from strength to strength. We do plan on immediately creating more opportunities for these wonderful creatives and hopefully doing a full-scale show very soon. I am aware that that's going to come with a lot of hard work, a lot of fundraising, and hopefully a lot of support as well, fingers crossed. But after tonight, I do think that we can be very hopeful, and fingers crossed, maybe in another 50 years' time, we will be back here doing our 50th anniversary show, and we can all look back and say we were at the start of something very, very special. So, Gurmila Magwiv.
And we just want to make one last thank you to the person who's made all of this happen. There wouldn't be an Entr'acte if there weren't for Niamh McGowan.